We are back in Brazil. The boys in Brazil are back. And I'm very pleased to be back as well. Apologies to everyone who tuned in looking for a stream on Friday afternoon. Or Friday evening even. I was so close to doing it. So excited to get it done. And then just life happened, as it tends to. But today, to make up, we are going to go with a bumper 3-game episode. Very excited to do so. So looking forward to seeing you all in the chat. Looking forward to seeing which hashtag team you are going to be supporting. Is it going to be Team Broj? Is it going to be Team Snoozer? Is it going to be Team Ziggy? Old Ziggy Marillison. They've all got supporters, but we really need to start deciding which of the... at the very least, we need to know which of the 3 strikers we're going to keep. That's going to be the key thing. So welcome Kakarot, welcome Matios, welcome to the comments, welcome to the chat. And so one thing that you may have mentioned, one thing you may have noticed even, if you've been looking at my channel over the last few weeks, since I've started live streaming, is that YouTube has not been particularly generous. And I sort of knew this was going to happen when I spoke about whether I was going to move to live streaming, which was probably only ever going to be a temporary measure. I was very aware of the potential penalties, the potential problems that it can bring. One of those is that, I mean, I've taken a huge hit in terms of views. That's fine. You know, the videos don't get recommended as they should. That's sort of something that everyone knows with live streams. But also subscribers is falling. That's fine. You know, it's a hit I was willing to take. It's difficult times. I'm having to adapt. I'm having to do what I can to get this content out. But if you're watching today or you're watching this afterwards, then I would absolutely love it if you left a like. Hit that like button. I'm just doing an experiment now. I just want to see what happens. More viewers, more likes on the streams. And yeah, I mean, I want to keep the streaming going. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying interacting with you guys. I'm loving doing this live. Nico Nesto is in the chat. Welcome aboard. Yeah. Right. So as I said, 3 games this evening. It's going to be a bumper edition for a change. And they're 3 very winnable games as we stroll our way to Serie A. Brazil de Pelotas is our final game. They're 18th. That is about as easy as it's ever going to get. We've also got Athletico Goianense and Londrina to start the episode off. In theory, these should be 3 comfortable wins. Spoobeer on board. He's saying, I'll like if Broj scores. Oh, we've got a Team Broj. We've got a Team Broj. The thing is, I'm not even sure which team I am, to be honest. Let's take a look at the messages. There might be something in here. Oh, yeah, we've had some free transfers. Okay. Thankfully, I don't think we've been stupid enough to allow anyone we actually want to keep go on a free transfer, but we'll say goodbye to Marquinhos and Juninho. Those are 2 celebrated names in Brazilian football, aren't they? Zane Jacobs, welcome to the chat, mate. Finally, I get to watch my first episode live. Well, thanks for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to have you aboard. Hopefully, we can see some good football today. Some joga bonita. Not starting at the Majestoso. We've got some negotiations. That's just going to be telling us about that. So I think we're just going to get straight into it. Davidson is on board. Hello, mate. Welcome. And Solo. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. So yeah, we'll say goodbye to those 2 guys. We barely knew thee, but we're not going to miss you too much. And Ethan Roche, welcome. Again, dreams do come true. Well, hopefully dreams will come true today. But as I mentioned, if you're watching this live or afterwards, please smash that like button. You know I do not say that very often. Yes, it pains me a little bit, but YouTube really does care. So, obviously the big thing in terms of Team Broj, Team Ziggy, Team Snoozer is going to be form. We've always gone with form so far. Hasn't really failed us, has it? We're absolutely flying in the league. So a little minor drum roll here. Okay, so Snoozer up. Marillison, I mean, okay. Alan Souza probably my least favourite of the 3. So, with the form as it is, well, let me know in the chat what you think. Because I'd be interested to know. Now is your time to smash that hashtag for who you want to start. Because this is pretty even for me. But while I do that, I'm going to fiddle with the rest of it. Jimmy Quids has been in excellent form recently. But I would love to see a bit more from Pedro Castro. And Eduardo has been very consistent as well. Ethan Roche saying Emi Buendia would be a great future signing. What a future signing he would be, and how much have I been enjoying Emi Buendia in the Premier League The answer to that is I've been enjoying it a hell of a lot. He has been excellent, and he's acclimatised to the Premier League incredibly well. I've been very, very happy watching him play, and he is the sort of player that we had in our Master League. He's tricky, great possession player, and I've absolutely loved him. So yeah, he would be a great signing. I'd be very, very proud to have him in this team. But we generally don't tend to go back to teams that we've already had, to players we've already had. Spoobeer mentioning as well that I did a tweet the other day about Joaquin, absolute Master League legend. So Matt Crawford on board, Kobo, welcome. And so Kakarot is Team Zig. Zaim is Team Zig. We've got a lot of Team Zig here. I think we're going to have to start Team Zig. Also takes us up to 83, and look at that lovely fiery red circle around him. Attacking mid, what do we reckon? I think Eduardo. I think we'll give Eduardo a run out today. Pedro Castro still an unknown force. These two stay the same. Igor, dependable. Luis Carlos, the Jackal, very rarely fails us as well. Matheus Oliveira having a bit of a poor run of form, as is Abner, although improved slightly in the last episode. Ibanez, though, according to the fans, not having a good start to his time at Ponte Preta. I don't agree. I think he's been good. And Bruno Avini and Arnaldo, we never talk about them for good reason. They're just excellent players who very rarely let us down. So I think we're happy with that. Hopefully Eduardo can find the passes to unpick this defence. And then we've got great options on the bench if needed. So no issues there. Quick look at Londrina. Yeah, nothing to really worry about there. Nothing to worry about at all. 60 rated centre-back. That's always nice to see. You know that Marillson will be licking his lips. And yeah, I think that is us just about done. Let's crack on and get into it. We're away from home today. We're in the southern state of Parana, which is where Londrina are located. Their stadium is actually within the Ayrton Senna circuit, the Ayrton Senna race circuit, named after the great Formula 1 driver. And they are the Sharks. Interestingly, that is their nickname. They are the Sharks. This is actually a pretty big stadium in real life. 31,000. They finished 8th in Serie B last season. They've had a few small flirtations with Serie A, but not for a long time. They're very much a League 2 side. And we're very much a side on the up, aren't we? And again, I mean, we expect to win every game. And this is no different, no exception here. This is a team that is feared throughout Brazil and is very much looking forward to stepping up to Serie A. Let's get into this and see how we get on. And, I mean, it's a little bit like Liverpool at the moment. They're running away with things. That's awful. What a poor pass there. Oliveira and Abner, that axis of youth and pace. And look at Abner now, steaming away from Chibani. He's going to be able to put a ball into the box. It's not the best one. You really do need to think about those crosses this year. Look at the size of their keeper. Allen is an absolute beast. Igor comes across, gets a foot in, a little bit too strong for the ref. It's the first free kick of the game. So yeah, of course, I forgot to mention, this is the first game that I've played post-patch. Revenge Barter, welcome aboard. He says, here we go, Ponte Pretanos. Yes, the Ponte Pretanos probably wouldn't be out in force. It's still something I haven't quite got to the bottom of even, if there are any Brazilians watching. What is away support like in Brazil? Because it must be an absolute nightmare to travel the distances that would be necessary to support a team on the road. Here is Ziggy now, first touch from him. I think one of the reasons I was keen for this episode to be about who is the best striker is we're going to need to sell one of them, aren't we? Abner, cheeky. Eduardo looks for him again. That's a lovely ball. Low ball in. Oh, and Ziggy with the low effort and the rebounded shot. Almost sneaking in there. So yeah, feints are much stronger. Well, feints are a bit stronger. That's an interesting bit of feedback there, Spoobeer. I mean, anyone who's watched this will know that actually with Matheus Oliveira, even pre-first patch, we had quite a lot of luck beating players with the right stick. So if that's any easier, that's going to be great. AI making more fouls. Interesting. Yeah, we'll find out. It's been a good first 9 minutes here, though. Very nearly getting off the mark there. It's going to be Eduardo with the outswinger. Igor battling really well. Out to Bruno Avini with the left-footed effort. He struck that very well. Oh, he put his laces through that. I love one of those sort of volleys. Straight up and through it. Oh, that's poor there. Left Oliveira in loads of space. Oliveira's looked to dance away. Back to Abner. Simple into Eduardo. Looking for options here. Looking for Asano. That's a poor ball. Expect better than that from you, Eddie. Big Edward. Oh, dearie me. Mistake after mistake from Londrina. Unbelievably poor. No wonder they are languishing at the moment. Here is Eduardo. Can he unpick this defence? Oh, strong tackle there from Abasolo. But Eduardo and Asano win it back. Asano slips the ball looking for Marison. Couldn't quite unpick the defence there. Physical start to this game, certainly. Can Goncalves take it down? He can. Is he just straight offside there, possibly? Is Ronaldo going into the book for that one? No, it's Igor, middle of the pitch. So Mark Crawford is saying, I bet the supporters in Brazil are amazing. They are amazing. I mean, they are amazingly dangerous. They're amazingly passionate. They're amazing at just about everything. They out-support, you would say, almost anywhere in the world. Although, actually, the most violent football supporters, apparently, this was sort of propped up in the research that I did for the Egi Milano Victory Become a Legend series, is Indonesia. They properly kill each other. Oliveira dispossessed, yeah. I mean, Brazil is not without its fatalities when it comes to supporter-on-supporter violence, and I'm sure there actually has been some in the Ponte Preta derby against Guarani. Unfortunately, people have lost their lives as a result of the violence from that rivalry. But yeah, it doesn't get much more intense than Brazilian football, Brazilian league football. The support is quite incredible. Vini steams through, risky there in the box. A little bit of pressure there from... Oh, fucking hell. Right, okay. Just gotta chill. Just gotta chill. Matthias saying that he feels like Oliveira needs to do something soon, and I sort of agree. We've always liked him because he's managed to pull off some incredible goals, some incredible feats of skill. We gave him that big contract because he threw his toys out of the pram. Abner. Oh, Abner, yes. Away from Chibani. And now Abner now. Oh, just overran it there. Yeah, so Oliveira, yeah, we've put a lot of faith in him. You know, overall ratings aren't the be-all and end-all, but he is only a 69 rated player. He's certainly played well above that, there's no doubt about it. But we've given him a lot of opportunities, we've given him a lot of money as well. So he does need to repay that. We've forced him all the way back there with some great pressure. And if Avini can win this header, which he probably can, should be able to counter quite well. Oliveira, good ball into Igor. Oh, it's a lovely ball to find Eddie. Fast Eddie. Oh, couldn't find Ziggy. This game not quite as simple as we thought it would be. Bruno Avini. No, 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 no. No way. No way. Kakarot saying concentrate. Why are you on about the fans? Yeah, you're right. I do need to concentrate. It's been an interesting season, this first season for Ponte Preta. We've probably had the easiest season, any first season in any of our Master League series, I would say. Oh dear, danger here. Oliveira does enough. Getting to this point in the season with promotion pretty much assured. I mean, we were pretty much... No, I don't want to say assured. I don't want to say guaranteed promotion halfway through. But the advantage that we have over teams in sort of 5th position. Eduardo, lovely footwork. Just about finds Matti. A little bit better possession here from Ponte Preta. Abner, first time into Takuma. Oh, Takuma Asano and Marison there. Getting a little bit confused. Oliveira gets a good foot in. Oh, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. Mistakes there. Mistakes. Solo commenting that Eduardo looks a bit weak. He does. That is where he lets himself down. He actually has quite good balance, but his physical contact isn't ideal. We've got Pedro Castro and obviously Jimmy Quids on the bench. I have to admit, I'm not playing very well myself so far. This has not been a great game. I need to step things up. Ball there should be dealt with by Abner. It's not. Oliveira. That's an interesting one. Arnaldo will just let that one roll out. And we'll just try and regroup here. Try and think about our tactics. We want to use the left side as much as possible. And we want to use the overlap. Oliveira into Carlos. Now Ibanez. The player that the fans are starting to ask questions about. He's been bought in. He's routinely now starting ahead of Reginaldo, which is controversial in itself, as he's been so good. Lovely ball there into Asano. Steps back. Takuma Asano curls one. There we go. I mean, that's what you've come to expect from Ponte Preta this season, and it was Eduardo there with the telling pass. Let's take a look here. Eduardo picks it up. The ball to Asano, skipping Marillison there. Steps inside and then curls it beautifully. Takuma Asano, what a wonderful phrase. Takuma Asano, ain't no passing craze. He means lots of goals. Yes, Takuma Asano. I've never really developed that as much as I'd like to. There's a lot of potential there. But Takuma Asano, again, there's just so many players in this side performing this season. As I was talking about, you know, we've had a lot of joy in this first season under Zico at Ponte Preta, which is very pleasing to me, obviously. I've come to love this club. I hope some of you are following Ponte Preta on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, because you'll get a real view into just how wholesome a family club they are. They really are. I mean, we spoke in the intro about their history, battling against racism, all those sort of things. The fact that they were literally built by their fans. It's a poor ball. The stadium, the Majestoso, that's a good ball. Goncalves now with a chance to start this half strongly for Londrina. Arnaldo, though, stands strong. And Ivan. Oh, Eduardo, what a touch on the chest. Floats one over looking for Asano. A little bit too flat there, but that first touch. Eduardo is full of class. Jimmy Quids, I feel like, is a little bit more direct. There's no doubting. There's no doubting at all what Eduardo's got in his locker. As I've said before, reminds me a lot of David Silva. Oh, that's poor. Goncalves, oh, good chance here. Oh, Ivan, not terrible. Pulling off a great save there. I mean, I don't want to keep talking about how good our season has been and potentially jinx us, but Ivan is always going to be one of our best players. He's a player that we wanted to see progress. A young player with potential. I don't think he's had a chance to do that because he hasn't had to make many saves. That was rare, you know, but he is so good. He's an international level keeper, playing in the second tier. I mean, he'll be banking on getting promoted this season. Great work there, Matty. And now Oliveira can bring it forward. No one wants to get near him. And rightly so. He can end careers. He won't there, though. Oh, there's another Oliveira there. Yeah, I think someone mentioned that in the comments. Abner's read that well. Oof. Oh, Jabani comes off better there somehow. Ibanez putting on the pressure. Well out of position now. Ibanez has to get this right. Doesn't. Ramos takes his time. Abner steams through. This is a little bit sloppy here. We are only a goal up. Oh, but we've won the... Okay, there we are. Here we go. Okay, fair enough. Take that. So here comes Abner. Back to Carlos. He'd take control of this game now. Oliveira into Igor. Just a slider pass out to Abner. That's beautiful. Does really well there. And then Oliveira will find him again. Abner with the touch on the chest. Looks to cut back. Unnecessary there. We had the chance to put the ball in. Cancelled it. Ibanez. I mean, that has actually worked. And Carlos, great touch. Avini scoops one into the on-running Arnaldo. Down the line, looking for Takuma Asano, the goal scorer. Doesn't get the run of the green there. And it is a goal kick. Should we make some subs? 62 minutes gone. We want to get the win here. I think... No, I actually don't think we do need to make any subs. Let me know in the chat. So Mark Crawford saying, thumbs up guys. Yeah, thanks very much Mark. If you enjoyed seeing Takuma Asano curl one in deliciously, then drop a thumbs up on this video. Marilison's been quiet today. Here comes Abner. Just to cut in. Too obvious. Every time I get the ball with Abner, I've always got in the back of my head, get it into a position to shoot. Igor steps inside. That's nice. Oliveira's dispossessed though. Londrina, to be fair to them, have played an aggressive game and it has sort of worked. It's a good ball to Chibani. Danger here. Ibanez has come across. Needs to make this count. Needs to prevent the ball coming in. He doesn't. Avini jumps well. Oh no! What? What sort of reaction was that? I wasn't even close to panicking there. I thought when this fell, Ivan just needed to get to that. Shit. Shit. Unnecessary. Unnecessary goal to concede there. We're bringing on Pedro Castro now. Marison has had absolutely nothing to feed on. I agree with that. Ollie's coming off. I had a great game. Being complacent. What we don't want to do is not win the league. Oh, Igor! Saw that happening a mile away. Definitely don't want to lose this one. Oh, Avini, Avini, Avini! Come on! Ivan turns from, yeah, terrific. Ivan the terrific turns rapidly back to Ivan the terrible for that goal. Luis Carlos. Oh, bloody hell, Bruno! Oh. We're not going to get away with these sort of performances in Serie A. It's a huge step up in quality to come. Anyway, here's Pedro Castro. Not seen much of him at all. That's a good ball into Eduardo. Steps away beautifully from his man. He's got runners left and right. Can he poke it into Takuma Asano? He can. He'll cut it back looking for Marilison. Oh, we looked for the sweat there. The sweat was on. Kakarot saying Bruno Avini showing his decline there. I think he's still pretty young, to be honest. Forgotten to bring Ibanez up. I'm not going to risk bringing him up now. We'll try Bruno Avini near post. We like one of these a game. Avini with the flick on. Marilison's there. Luis Carlos considered hitting it there. Eduardo, that's neat. And they get it clear. 74 minutes on the clock here. Eduardo, lovely turn. Looks for Takuma Asano. Oh, Asano! Yes! Well, he sent the defender off for a bowl of ramen. And he won't be back for a while. A little bit of fortune there on the finish. But it's a brace for Takuma Asano. I mean, he is one of the first names on the team sheet for me. There might have even been a Rabona finish there. Let's take a look. Eduardo, lovely turn. Just sweeps it in. Bye-bye. No, just a left foot finish. I don't know if that was going in. But the footwork there to beat the man. Had him sliding off. Somewhere into the deepest Amazon. Bye. That's lovely stuff. Well, they've definitely improved that because those fake shots just weren't working. But to see a defender just slide away like that is absolute poetry. With 15 minutes left here, I'm going to just take it down a notch from all-out attack. Well, not all-out attack. One below all-out attack. Let's get the win here. I might also just check on the left and right back sitch. Yeah, we'll just do the straight swap there. And there we go. Marison's going to get the full 90. I don't think we can pass any comment really on Marison because he's not had any chances. It's all come through to Kuma Asano and Eduardo. They've been the catalyst for this win. If we can see it out. Bloody hell, Avini there. And Ibanez not communicating at all. Could have been caught out there. Igor into Eduardo once again. Turns. He's the danger man. Spots Asano making a good run. Oof. Wallace had to deal with that. And then Annan will go long. Ibanez doesn't win the header there, but it will fall to Abner. Turns Chobani again. He's had the run of him. Here's Pedro Castro. Not seen much of him. Marison, good strength, but loses out in possession. That's poor. Igor, good work. Oh, come on. That's not good. Londrina now looking lively. That's a good ball into Uelba. He'll keep it in. Good first touch from him. Avini's come out to try and deal with it. Eduardo at the far post. Doesn't get a touch. Can Londrina keep this in? No, they can't. That'll roll straight out. And with 3 minutes left here. There we go. Yeah. A couple of substitutions here. Defensive subs just to see this one out. And Matios rightly saying in the comments that we have looked a little shaky in defence today. Oh, Renan, what are you doing? There you go, Renan. Unnecessary little bit of flair there. But yeah, shaky. Let's just keep the ball now. No need to rush anything here. Londrina doing really well to put the pressure on us. Late in the game here. Asano back to Eduardo. He deserves a goal if we can get a shot off. Eduardo with the effort. Deserve one. He's been our best player. Well, no. Obviously, Takuma Asano has been our best player. Eduardo certainly put up a good fight in that battle. Poor man of the match. Pedro Castro, the unknown man. We still know very little about him. He's been pushed out wide today. Wide-ish anyway, and there we are. Well, we made it difficult. It wasn't pretty, but we got the win. If you enjoyed that, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you enjoyed Takuma Asano, sending him off probably somewhere close to Japan, then smash that like button as well. So Kakarot saying, for Serie A, Ibanez, you would back for Serie A, but Avini not good enough. Interesting. I mean, Ibanez has got a lot of room to improve. That's a good effort there from Marison, well saved actually, but other than that he had nothing. Avini has got the experience, he's played around the world, I like him. Ibanez, the youngster with room to improve. I have a feeling, I mean I don't know what the finances are going to be, but I have a feeling we may end up buying another centre-back. Maybe. With Reginaldo going, we will need another centre-back, so it's going to be interesting to see who we can find. We've got a lot of midfielders now. Certainly not got any problems with attacking mids. Will Oliveira still be at the club? I don't know, probably. So there we are, another win as we just stroll forward now. 23 points. No. 25 points ahead of 5th place Guarani. Dominant, absolutely dominant. We've lost 3 games all season. We've only conceded 15 goals. Curitiba now 9 points behind us. Yeah. So Ethan Roch saying Luis Carlos is a must sign. He has been excellent. There's no doubt about it. He has been huge for us. The amount of balls that he wins back for us. I mean, you're probably getting to see it more now with the live streams, but if we can, then maybe we should. Yeah, maybe we should. But it might not be actually that easy to get him. So we're going to take a look at the budget report. Interesting. Monthly training. It's always the weirdest players who get better. +1s for basically all of the non-starters. I don't understand that. Team of the month though, and we're dominating. So that's database individual titles. Let's take a look at our monthly report. last month. Let's take a look. Oh, Reginaldo up to 73. Didn't see that. So the one player that we're going to be... completely missed that. I was just looking at the pluses. But he's going to be gone, so it's not really going to help. In fact, it's not going to help at all. By the time we get to the transfer window, he will be gone. So that's so weird, though, that all the players not playing. Anyway, let's take a look here. So Asano with 3 goals, looking great. Brodge with the 7.5. Look at that possession game. That's good. That's what we want to be seeing. Nothing of particular interest here. We're scoring a fair amount of early goals, conceding late goals, but not many. Luis Carlos, look at those stats. 95% success. I mean, he does simple things well, of course, so he's going to show up well there. But he's doing them very well. Very well. Asano's success rate looking good. Alan Souza, very good as well. Marison, 14%. That doesn't bode well for Team Ziggy. Bruno Ravini, dominant in the air, dominant on the floor. Ibanez got some catching up to do there, but I don't know if he's played the same amount of games. This isn't what I want for player stats, is it? No. Here we are. Who's our top rated player this season so far? Brodge, 6.7. 14 goals in 17 appearances. Oh, God. It does pain me not to play him. Marison with 15 and 23. I mean, pretty impressive there. He is our second... Oh, no. Takuma Asano, 6.4. No, Marison, 6.6. Jimmy Quids has got the most assists. He's looking very positive there. Eduardo, only 4 assists and a 5.9. There's Oliveira's definitely slipped off. There was a time where he was scoring goals for fun. Scoring goals for fun. Budget report, I think we had something extra in here. So another 395,000 salary. Beautiful stuff. I mean, if you were to add up all these salary budget increases, then it's got to be sort of 2-3 million for the season, which is good. People complaining that you're not getting much money this year. I think it does come in dribs and drabs. Mark Crawford asking how many games left for the season. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games left. Second to last game is a Derby Campinero at the Majestoso. I mean, that's going to be the big party for the season. Let's get into it. Second game of the episode, and we're back at the Moises Lucarelli, back at the Majestoso. And Kakarot in the chat rightly saying, looking at those stats, surely Brod should be starting. I mean, he did have a game where he scored 4, which slightly thrown those stats off a little bit. We're coming off the back of a very recent game, only 3 days later, I think, after the last game. So we've got some tired legs. Pedro Castro on a downward arrow, that's a shame. Probably would have started him ahead of Eduardo today, but we'll bring in Eduardo back alongside Jimmy Quids. These two, pretty iconic. Yeah, Solo, talking about Bielsa's leads in Master League. The owners there, they were tight as a duck's butt. Proper Yorkshire owners there. I think I will start Brodge today. Although Alan de Snoozer on a green arrow. Actually, it's 83 there. What do you reckon? Kakarot saying Brodge to start, Snoozer to come on later. Yeah, I think having looked at those stats, we can't really deny Brodge. Ivan there on a blue arrow. A mixed game in the last one. Up against Goyanese today, they've got Jorginho in the hole. He's their best player. But other than that, as we keep saying, games that we should be winning. Let's get into it. So we are now... Oh, hang on. Oh no, we're at the Majestoso, aren't we? I was about to start talking about their stadium. It's a very small stadium, the Athletico Goyanese Stadium. They finished 6th in Serie B last season, but obviously now we're inviting them to the majestic stadium. And look at that. It's already a party atmosphere here. Applauded by their fans. The performances absolutely deserve applause and praise. Unlimited amounts of praise, really. Because they are by far and away the best team in Serie B. And I don't actually know. If someone wants to go and find me what the record points total for a Serie B side is in Brazil, I'm very interested to hear it. We've got to be close. Jimmy Quidd's back in today. Eduardo was liquid velvet in the last game. Nearly loses out there, but finds Igor. Good ball into Jimmy Quidd's. Loops one up, looking for Brodge. Forgot we've got Brodge on today, so we want to get it out to Arnaldo, get some balls into the box. That's not a good ball. Cochrane will see it out. Oscar, welcome to the chat. Pointing out rightly that with such a big lead in the league, we should be giving Snoozer, who is the player with the most, by far and away, the most potential. Eduardo, that's nice. Brodge inside to Jimmy Quidd's. Oh, just about steps away from his man there. Tries to step back inside. And he's impeded by the Goinese player. We've got a good opportunity to open the scoring here from a free kick. God, got a bit of a cough. That's much further out than I thought it was going to be. Abner with a bit of Roberto Larcos. I mean, if we're going to do Roberto Larcos, and they do call him the Brazilian Roberto Carlos, then we might as well try the outside of the boot screamer. We might as well try it. It's about there, isn't it? He's got a fair way to go to get up to speed with his rival there. But I'm sure none of you will be sad to see me try that. Definitely worth a go. If it somehow leathered that in, it would have been a legendary moment in Master League story mode, but it wasn't to be. Jimmy Quidd's now out to Arnaldo. Arnaldo, great on the run. Oh, just dispossessed there, unlucky. See if we can pressure them into a mistake here. Eduardo out quickly there. Carlos needed to be there. Goinese will go long. Bruno Vini will not win it, but Abner will get to it. That's a poor ball. How the hell did we get that back? Abner, good ball into Real. That's unnecessary. Unnecessary and very poor, but the Jackal says, I will have that back. And then keeps possession beautifully. Arnaldo now will find Jimmy Quidd's. Oh, sprays a ball out to the Jackal. He's made a great run, looks for Eduardo inside. It's well tracked there by Pedroso. What a ball from Jimmy Quidd's. That's worth more than a quid, I'll tell you that much. Oliveira does well to find a way out there. We had the press on him pretty strongly there. Ibanez rises. And now Igor. Into Real. Kuma Asano. Had a great game in the last one. Does really well to find Arnaldo there. Arnaldo Iannucci. Found Igor. Igor will put one up. Arnaldo keeps it alive. Jimmy Quidd's into trouble. A little bit too tight there. Oh, danger here. Avini started a little late there. Made up the ground well. We started this game as we started the last one, not too confidently, and Thiago Real, that is absolute pish. That is very, very poor. Mixed bag from Thiago Real today. The sweeping ball out to Carlos on the right. It was pure magistry at the Majestoso. Eduardo looks for the nutmeg. He's somehow found a way through here. Eduardo finds Brodge. Brodge! Winds up that cannon of a right foot. He very nearly got us off the mark there. Oof, somehow it found its way through. Bang! Almost took his wrist off there. Jimmy Quidd's over this corner. He's going to float it into the near post. Easy take for Jorginho. He's got away with that somehow. Oh, the Jackal. Oh, nearly. Very nearly won that back. Easy head for Arnaldo. Asano will get there. Oh, lovely work. Into Broj. Great strength. Effort is well wide. But you do not want to be back... well, you don't want to have Broj backing into you. You just don't want that. He's so strong. You can always find the yard. That's the shot off. It's wide. Unlucky. Philip Fix Tiger saying best football stream. That's very, very kind. That's very kind indeed. I really do enjoy these streams, which is why it is a bit of a pain that YouTube just doesn't like it. I've done quite a bit of research into YouTube streaming, and you do get penalised. That is the problem. When it comes to discovery of your videos, you may have noticed that it might feel like there's been hardly any of my videos around recently. And I think that might be because the algorithm is being a little bit unkind. I have been streaming at some weird times through just, yeah, a bit of a poor schedule, which doesn't help. I think you need a fair amount of views to begin with. Jimmy, good strength. Oh, lovely strength there. And that's a very smart ball into Igor, but he won't get to it. So unlucky. But as I said, yeah, if you're watching this, then please drop a like. I want to see if that makes any difference. Good engagement there. May well help me out a little bit. So if you haven't already liked this video, please do. In a tight one here, though. Guainese looking pretty decent. Igor concedes a pretty weak free kick there to the Guainese number 10. But yeah, I'd say Guainese have done a pretty good job of silencing the Ponte Pretanos. Nothing much for us to talk about here. Ivan! Ivan! Why did I talk him up so much? Why did I talk him up so much? Had absolutely nothing to worry about there. It was a very weak header. And we go behind at home. This is not what we came to expect. Ball in looking for Broj from Abner. It's a hopeful one. Gutted. Why do I even talk? I was saying things like, we never hear about Ivan because he's so bloody good. Almost instantly. We get caught out by that. Arnaldo, lovely 1-2. Oh, strong though from Pedroso. I've noticed him being quite a physical presence already in this game, Pedroso. Guainese giving us something to think about anyway early on here. Will Jimmy Quids get to that? No, he won't. Cochrane gets there. Doesn't sound like a very Brazilian name. Bruno Vini, great header. It's a lovely ball into Eduardo there. Sano into Eduardo. Great stopping there from Guainese, and they've got a chance here. Real danger. Avini turning like a like a yacht. But makes up the ground in the end. Does really well. Arnaldo needed good control there, and he'll switch play here to Carlos. Only a minute left in the half here, and we're not looking great. I can feel a bit of, oh, fuck's sake. Feel a bit of Alan the Snoozer coming on. Ah. VAR is not helping Ponte Preta win the league. I mean, PES is almost like the original VAR, isn't it? Computer games in general. VAR is always on when it comes to PES, surely. Half-time change. I think Brogers look good. I don't think we need to bring Snoozer on straight away. Shame that Pedro Castro and Oliveira are sort of out of action. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal. Right. We've got it. We've got this. We've got this. Matty Boy Whelan is in the comments. Absolute legend of the channel. Welcome aboard, mate. Welcome aboard. Having a pretty good time, although we are behind, as you can see. Igor into Asano has been the standout player today, but loses out to Oliveira. How many Oliveiras are there? That's not a real question. I mean, lots, I'm sure, but we've played against 2 already today. And we've got 1 on our bench, and that's an awful ball. Ponte Preta looking a little bit rusty today. Only 3 days after the last game, but everyone's got the same schedule. Igor does well getting back. I think it's offside there. Horace Choi, it's 4 in the morning and you're watching. Absolute legend. That makes me very, very happy. I'm seeing a lot of 4 in the mornings at the moment. That's because I'm feeding a small baby. Unfortunately not watching PES. I mean, there probably are PES streams at 4 in the morning. Igor. Oh, just little simple mistakes like that is what's ruining this game for us. Luis Carlos, that's not a foul. Igor, no. Gilsinho, good effort. We're going to pump it. We never pump it. Oh, let's pump it to Broj. We're getting desperate. Don't pump it. Igor, yes. Get there. Yes. Through to Broj. It's too far ahead of him. Igor. Big. Come on, we've got this. Igor's grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. Carlos into Abner. Eduardo, lovely turn. Flicks it over, looking for the run of Abner. Can he cut it back here? He can. Oh, would have been lovely. Eduardo again with a defence-splitting pass. Carlos into Jimmy Quids. Back to Igor. Patient build-up here. Can afford to be a little bit patient. Eduardo, lovely ball. Finds Arnaldo. Can he get the ball in? No, just out. Damn. So Mark Crawford's saying he'd love an English player in the team. Brexit much, Mark? No, I'm only joking. I actually would as well, actually. How could we get an English player into the team? It would have to be from one of Zico's linked sides. And it would have to be a really good signing as well, because we're only allowed to make one international signing. But I'd be up for that. I can't think of any linked sides that have any English players. I don't know if I haven't done a huge amount of 6 Degrees of Sherwood thinking about Zico yet. I think we need to bring on Snoozer, don't we? But there probably are some good options. Asano, lovely touch. Oh, he's dispossessed by Bamboo. Oh, Carlos. Putting his body on the line. Chasing down here. Forcing the mistake. Takuma Asano now. Edge of the box. Hits it. Luis Carlos. Oh my god. Winning it back. Zico's loving that. And then Takuma Asano lets off a long ranger. Great pressure there. Could have maybe played it into Broj, but he's put his foot through that. It's not bloody far off at all. I don't think... I think within the rules I said no scouting outside of South America. In fact, I'm almost certain that we said no scouting out of South America. So the only way we're going to find an English player is through linked teams. So Broj off, to Snoozer on. I think we like to drop Snoozer a little bit deeper, don't we? And then we'll put Eduardo out there. And he needs to be an attacking mid. Let's get a bit tight there. Put Sano a little bit further forward. Yeah, that's fine. And then Luis Ricardo on. Right, let's do this. Come on, we need a goal here. 64 minutes, still got time. Will Ander Snoozer be the man? We've seen all three of the strikers today. Marison didn't have much to do. Rogers looked good. But it's not been the strikers who've been the stars so far. Can De Snoozer come on and make this episode his own? Great header there from Ibanez. And now Takuma Asano. Looks to outpace his man. Does really well. All in looking for Allen. De Snoozer! Oh, first touch of the game there. Nearly a telling one. And now Luis Ricardo. Just on as a substitute. Nearly finds him there, nearly finds him, Eduardo. Eduardo looking a little bit frustrated there. Kicks out, brings the player down. And, yeah. Could probably do with bringing Oliveira on, couldn't we? You never know. You never know what he could manage, even on a yellow. Even on a downward even. But we've seen him do some magic. We're going full small ball here. Eduardo coming off. Couldn't quite produce the magic from the last game, although he's always got the pass in him. Keeper's come a long way out here. If we win this header, I'll have to give that a hit. No. Oh, danger here. Edson Jr. Pedroso's had a great game. Igor nearly wins it back. Does win it back. And now Igor is off. Problem in these situations is De Snoozer doesn't tend to make the right run and he can't get onto that. Difficult opportunity though. Guianese defending resolutely here. Could we be on the way to a rare home loss here? Looks like we could be. Carlos, that's poor. That's really poor. Ibanez steps it. No, 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 no. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, referee. 72 minutes gone. Time is ticking here. Jimmy Quids easily wins that. And here is Alan Souza. We forget about Alan Souza, and he is rapid, and he's also got footwork like no other players in this side. Good ball out to Luis Ricardo. It's got a little bit away from him there. Back to Igor. Oh, we slowed this down too much. Back to Oliveira. Can he find a way through with some trickery? No, I don't know what Asano's doing there. That's not worked. Ah. Oliveira. There, Oliveira. It's long here. Bruno Vini should win this, and he does. Ricardo controls it with his arse. And now Jimmy Quids. Can he pull the strings here from midfield? Back to Oliveira. Haven't seen much of Abner today. Jonathan Lemos with him. Just turn away from him. Still Abner now. No, that is about the worst possible fucking thing I could have done there. About 10 different things we could have done. 10 minutes left. We wasted about a minute of game time there. Abner fucking around. This one is done. This game could be done here. Luis Ricardo can't get with Pedroso. He's been excellent. Eventually does. Running out of time rapidly here. Luis Carlos. Moves it out to the substitute Luis Ricardo. Difficult there. Ah, we're just trying to be too fancy. It's not working. Oh, Luis Carlos. The preemptive slide doesn't work. Lemos can take it down. Abner gets a big foot in there. He looks early for the snoozer. Alan Snoozer. Oh, just didn't have the pace and power there. Oh. 4 minutes left. Full on attack, says Oscar. Use the wings. I think that'll bring Bruno Avini up, actually. And it does. He's made a run. Ball into Oliveira. Back to Abner. Just want to get across into the box. Abner into Oliveira. Steps away. Abner now with time to look up and get a good ball in. Asano's there! Oh, Avini can keep it alive! Somehow that... Yes! Yes! Bruno Avini up from the back. Wins the pen here. And is a pen to somehow salvage a point here. That is a very high pair of shorts. A big high pair of shorts. But Avini up from the back. Just shields it there. I don't think there was much in that. It's a bit of a soft one. Number 6 will be disappointed here. Guianese will be very disappointed. And it's Alan de Snoozer who steps up. Is he our best option? He is. Can he make a name for himself here? Anyone want to tell me where I should put it? Ponte Preta, says Matt Whelan. We've had some issues with penalties. I'm going to go... Mark Crawford says down the middle. No, because if it doesn't go in, you feel stupid. I think Alan Snoozer would bang it top left. Alan Snoozer to salvage pride here. Yes! There he is. He gets a goal. He's scored some goals this season. And he celebrates with the Ponte Pretanos. Vamos Macaca! Vamos Macaca, says the crowd. And there we go. There we go. And, yeah. I mean, probably no less than we deserved. I mean, they've got to be gutted with that. But Alan de Snoozer, I mean, when you start scoring goals in open play regularly and not giving the ball away, you can lose the Snoozer nickname. We'll just start calling him Alan. He's our best finisher. He's our club's best finisher. He's also probably one of the quickest players. He's got every single tool that we would think we would need in a striker. Just hasn't put it all together yet. So we're still playing all out attack here. Let's not get caught. We're going to get caught now, aren't we? Mark here, ball in. Ibanez there on his own. Carlos lumps it up, looking for Snoozer. Bruno Vini's there, takes it down. Looking for the run here. Thiago Real. It's fouled there, surely. Ref. No, fuck. Well, look, we'll take the point. We'll absolutely take the point. Got a bit carried away there. But it is Alan Descura. And let's see another thumbs up. Yeah, let's see some more likes for this. If you love the last minute winner or last minute drawing goal, then yeah. Smash that Emma effing like button. Because we did it. We didn't want to lose at the Majestoso. The Ponte Pretanos deserve better than that. They've given their everything as fans, and we've given our everything as a side today, and we've done very well. It was a game that we deserved to win. It was a very poor goal. Ivan comes away with a 6 today. I don't know if he deserved that. It's an average performance from everyone. Pedroso for them, only a 6.5. He was absolutely huge. So there we go. And I did say at the beginning we're going to play 3 games, and I am going to play 3 games, you lucky people. We're going to make it 3. Hopefully we can make it 2 wins and a draw today. Curitiba just closing in on us there. 7 points behind. We've got to win the league. We've got a pretty decent goal difference advantage. Who's bottom of the league? Brazil to Pelotas, the team we're about to play. Possibly at the Majestoso as well, so this should be after a nice long rest. Match day 30. Oh no, we are away from home. But yeah, bottom of the league side. Oscar saying now Sousa deserves a start. I don't think, Oscar, that means that Sousa deserves a start. He got very little done in open play. Brodge certainly won't be starting. Snoozer or Big Zigs on a green. Oh, Matt Whelan, good link. Zico managed Nicolas Anelka, who's currently youth team manager at Lille. Yeah, that's a good link. I like that. Mattios saying Ziggy time. I think it's Ziggy time, isn't it? I didn't want to necessarily go on all form today, but we are going to go with all form. And Eddie in for Ollie. Tempted to give Pedro Castro a run out. Let's remind ourselves of his stats. Good passer. So he's... Okay, if we compare Eddie and Peddy. Eduardo, slow. Very slow. Very weak. Great balance, but so slow and so weak that doesn't seem to make much difference. Pedro actually not much worse a passer, but a much better finisher. And better on the ball. Pedro Castro's got it all. I mean, he looks to be much the better player. Yeah, I think we'll play Pedro today. Give him a chance. We want to see him perform. He's right-footed. Yes. Asano on a green. And Igor... Okay, let's start Eduardo there. We'll give him a run out. It's a bit of a risky one because he certainly doesn't... Actually, no. We'll start Pedro there and we'll start Eduardo there. Like it. They do call Pedro the Brazilian Aaron Ramsey, and I think he can do the box-to-box midfield role pretty well, although defensive awareness is very low. But we'll ignore that. Brazil to Pelotas, as we said, the worst side in the league at the moment, and you can see why. Lots of 50 rated players there. Should be no problem for us. Let's finish this stream with a lot of goals, shall we? That'll be fun. Let's go. So Pelotas is in the southernmost state of Brazil, little fact for you there, which means I feel a bit of a affinity with them, being as I live in, well, not quite the southernmost state in the UK, but pretty much as south as you would ever really want to go in Devon. So that's interesting. They're not a big side, small stadium, only 18,000. It's called the Bento Freitas Stadium. I assume that means it's sponsored by Frei Bento's Pies. It must be, surely. They're big all over the world, they must be. And Will Cook asking if I ever thought of doing a Master League on one of the older games. Yeah, I sort of have actually, Will. That's an interesting question. Little mention for... Fuck, I can't remember his fucking name. I can't... It's gone anyway. But yeah, I have been tempted by that. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? But the problem is... So anyway, sorry, I'm just trying to think of 10 things at the same time. Marlon, that's it. you haven't checked out Marlon's excellent... Oh, it's a lovely ball for Abner. They're on goal here. Marlon... Oh, I've forgotten his bloody last name now. But anyway, his historical PES series with all the Euros and stuff. Asano, what a ball that is. He's doing all the Euros and stuff like that with the old PES, and they're really, really good. He is a very talented YouTuber. Probably my favourite PES YouTuber, I would say. So he's been doing all the old PESs. The problem is, my PC is so shit. Oh no, it's probably not so shit that I can't use emulators. Actually, I've got no reason not to do it, really, to be honest. But yeah, it's a good idea. Anyway, Jimmy Quids, back to Eduardo. We've got so much quality on the pitch today. Marilison, little flick into Takuma Asano. Onto the right. Bang. Pop bang, lovely. I mean, this is going to be an absolute... Yeah, Marlon Anthony, that's it. Will. Yeah, his PES series are excellent. Yeah, it would be cool to do an old Master League, wouldn't it? I don't think anyone's doing old Master Leagues. I was thinking about some of my favourite Master Leagues that I've done in the past. I mean, some of them were around the sort of PES 5, PES 6 times. I remember a lineup of a young Torres and a young Higuain. They were electric. So a great start here. We're expecting to win this. Ziggy with a little flick into Asano. Lovely footwork from him. I would say the footwork does seem to have improved since the patch. Certainly able to create space a bit better. And Kakarot with a good point there in the chat. I haven't got time to do PES 2020 content at the moment, so I've got loads of ideas for stuff that I'd like to do in an ideal world where I had way more time to do stuff. Allison, nice. Flicks it into Jimmy Quids. Oh, footwork. Marilison on the turn. Slips it into Takuma Asano, just too far ahead of him. Yeah, I've got loads of ideas for stuff that I would like to do if I had the time. I've got a Become a Legend idea that I think would be incredibly fun and funny and just good. But it's just going to take more effort and time than I've got at the moment. But one day, you never know, I might have a little bit more time. Say sort of 15 years in the future when my children have left home. Oh, Marilison, shoulder to shoulder. It doesn't have the pace or the power there. That's unfortunate. You know that Barrage is winning that battle. Ronaldo, well read. And keeps it in for Castro as well. Does well to find Carlos. And we'll move it on here. Ibanez. Into Eduardo. Back out to Abner. Abner looks to fire one into Marilison. It's unlucky. Oscar says, quit your day job. Oscar, I would love to. If you want to get into Patreon and, I could do that. It's just I'd need about 1,000 of you. It's not going to happen. It would be lovely, wouldn't it? If I was a FIFA YouTuber, maybe that would actually be a reality, but that's not why I do this. It'd be quite stressful, I'm sure. Making it your job. Dickens, another not very Brazilian sounding name, but he's done well there. A little turn, and he'll keep this in. Ibanez has pulled out wide to deal with it. What the Dickens? Oh, he's got away there. He's done well. He's played on the ground here, Marcino with the effort. Ivan. Easy save. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a FIFA YouTuber. He just gets to open packs all day and rakes in the cash. Oh, lovely ball there from Ibanez. Marilison, that's the wrong ball. Awful pass there, Avini. Castro. Like to see a bit more from him. That's not how you find him though. Marcinho here. Avini slowly making his way back. Dickens, nice idea. Castro into Jimmy Quids. Delays the pass into Eduardo. We've got so much quality here. And now Eduardo steams forward, steps away, looks for Marilison. Oh, the first touch lets him down there. That's unfortunate. We would like a goal for Big Ziggs, especially against the worst team in the league. Long throw in, looking for Marilison. Turn on the chest. Oh! Oh! Just couldn't quite get his feet sorted there. Back to Thiago Real. Curls one over. Unlucky. Really unlucky there, Ziggs. Really unlucky. What a goal that would have been. He did the first bit of it really well, turned his man, and then just got stuck under his feet. And Jimmy Quids narrowly over. So half an hour gone here. If you haven't already smashed that like button, now is the time to do it. Apparently YouTube are a big fan of that, so Marilison into Eduardo, that's nice. Eduardo over the top, looking for Marilison. Surely here, yes! Very, very calm, and that's a return to the finishing and the runs and the goal scoring ability that we've seen. It's looking pretty quiet here in wherever we are. Not many people in the stands. And is it Eduardo? It is Eduardo again. Marilison times his run perfectly. Just got his body in the way of the defender. Didn't rush it. Took his time. He knew that he had the advantage in terms of position. That's half the battle as a striker. You know, you literally cannot tackle through people. And that was proven there. Marilison just got his body in between him and the party. And the party, sorry I was reading a comment. Ponte Preta. Certainly is Ponte Preta time. Let's make this an absolute rout, shall we? We've had a rout in a while. Quids, Carlos, Eduardo, Asano, Marilison. Back to... Oh, almost back to Eduardo. Poor there. Castro. Foul, but we'll get away with it there. Eduardo. Oof, looks to curl. I mean, this is actually a really nice first 11 we've got out today. Quite a big fan of it, actually. Abner considered the ball. Eduardo, back to Abner. Ball inside to Marilison, lovely first touch. It's through here, back to Quids. No, should have just gone for goal or something else there. Ibanez cleans up neatly. Avini into Thiago Real. Oh, someone hadn't made the right run there. Oh, dearie me. You'd be forgiven for thinking we weren't on Superstar when you see passes like that. But then you see passes like that. That's gorgeous. Eduardo into Marilison. Turns his man. Marilison now edge of the box. Powers one up. Oof. Not far off. Half time nearly upon us here. Luis Carlos spreads it wide. Arnaldo looks for Takuma Asano. Already in the goals today. And that's going to be half time here. And we're having a lovely, lovely time. TLV Maverick, welcome to the chat. He says, always good to see Marilison on the score sheet. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Will asking if there are any other legends I'd like to see added to the Master League managers. Well, it's weird. I mean, I don't quite know why they've picked the managers they have. You know, obviously there are loads of legendary managers we would like to have in the game. You know, why not Arsene Wenger? Why not Alex Ferguson? Isn't United one of the licensed teams? Why would you? It's such a weird selection, like Bebeto. And I don't know whether they've done it because of licensing or whatever, or whether they're planning on having them as playable players. Well, you know, because that could be a reason not to have, say, Arsene Wenger or Ferguson. You know, because they're not going to be playable legends. Whereas Zico, Bebeto, in theory, you know, you might want to actually play with them, and that would be cool. So I don't know. I don't know why they've not chosen actual managerial legends. You know, what about Brian Clough or, you know, some of the real, you know, so many you could choose. Carlos wins it back. Apologies for the cough there. Looking for Marilison. On the turn. The Jackal is still there. Finds Takuma Asano. Oh, that's close. That's very close. That's offside just. Eduardo will get to that. Eduardo scoops a lovely ball into Marillson. Jimmy Quids has continued his run here. Oh, good strength to find Takuma Asano. Not quite. Oh. Oh. We did it to him. We've done it. Asano into Eduardo. Into Marillson with the left. Oh! Went with the left foot effort. Wasn't far away. Now Pedro Castro. Still yet to see much of him. Oh, Asano, that's gorgeous. Out to Arnaldo. Cuts back. Eduardo now. On the left. Oh, good block there. Takuma Asano. Looking great. Arnaldo. It's a good pick out there to find Eduardo. Took his time. It might have come off Asano actually. It did. Unlucky. Do we want to make any changes? I don't think we do actually. I'm really liking this team. We've got a sort of obviously we've got a what's the word I'm looking for? Loyalty to Oliveira because he was so good for us for so long, but maybe he's not the right player to have. Avini, what are you doing? No, no. Oh shit. What's that? Oh, Avini gets the yellow card. Rash play here from Bruno Avini. Manages to foul him and also play through the opposition striker. Luckily Ivan was quick off the mark. Matt wants to see Renan get a run out. Yeah, why not? Why not, Matt? Sano, lovely footwork. Turn of pace. Finds Marillson. Looking for him again. He will get there. Obvious. Marillson has been gifted the honour of being tightly marked. Castro does well to get that away. Under pressure. Sano back into Pedro Castro. Uses the overlapping Arnaldo. Once again he steps back. Clever ball into Jimmy Quids. Back to Pedro Castro and he's fouled there, Jimmy Quids, in the act of passing. Referee has pulled out a yellow card. Wow, okay. It's a bit rough. A little bit rough there. Alright, we'll give Diego Renan a run out. And I'm going to bring on Snoozer as a second striker. Bring Pedro up a bit further. We wanted a route here. And give Arnaldo a rest. There we are, triple sub here, 66 minutes gone, 2-0 up. Absolutely cruising. Just want to embarrass teams now, really. And it's Alan Souza. Straight on, he's over this one. I mean, Eduardo's the man here. I appreciate the balls there, Alan. Obviously, still riding high on the penalty goal, but this is Eduardo's territory. It's a great opportunity here. Can he get it up and over? He can get it up and over, but not back down. Unlucky. Gutted. Gutted Eddie. Fast Eddie there. Unlucky. Bruno Avini steps out, makes himself known. Eduardo, lovely ball into Snoozer. Oh, just about finds Luis Ricardo there. What about the foul, ref? The obvious massive foul there. Oh, we've got him pinned here. We've got him pinned. No, fucked it. Almost had him pinned. Dickens goes long. It's going to be no issue for Bruno Avini. Now Pedro Castro slips a lovely ball into Eduardo. Plenty of options ahead of him. That's not the right one. Pedro Castro, lovely turn. He's fouled there, surely. Sees the run of Takuma Asano. It's a nice idea. Just a little bit too much on it. Unlucky. Philip Coker, a late appearance. Welcome aboard, mate. You're here for a what could be an exciting last 15. Playing against the worst team in the league. Got a lot of strikers on the pitch. Rosano's in great form. Couldn't get away with that one though. Oh, Luis Carlos. The Jackal. Just takes it a little bit too far, but Alan Souza will pick it up, and that's a lovely ball into Luis Ricardo. Considered the ball through. It's back looking for Asano. The pullback doesn't find him. And Kipthongrisi. Sounds Indonesian. Push him back. Yes. Yes, Pedro. Now Eduardo. Snoozer. Marlison gets it back from Asano. Yes! Oh, that is beautiful football. Zico will be loving that. Ziggy gets his second of the day, and that is Joga Bonito here in the south of Brazil somewhere. That's about as much as I know. That's very good stuff there. 3 goals for Ponte Preta, as we expected. 1, 2, 3, Asano, lovely. Snoozer involved, Marlison puts the finishing touch to that, and that's number 3. Can he grab his hat-trick today? Takuma Asano has been the player of this episode by a long stretch. He has been magisterial today. And there we go. Well, if you haven't liked this video yet, then now is the time. Smash that like button for Ziggy. Hashtag Team Ziggy probably coming out on top today. He's had the form advantage over his rivals. The problem is, it's just still not good enough. That's the problem. How old is he now? Is he 24? Is he 21? Oh, no. The clean sheet. No problems. I can't remember how old Marlison is. I feel like he is quite young. Castro, lovely flick into Ricardo. Oh, the ball through into Alan Snoozer. That is such a poor ball. That was like a guaranteed through ball there. And Snoozer can't win it back. That is awful, Luis Ricardo. He's our stand-in right back for a reason. Ibanez nearly finds him. Let's not give away a goal now. Baggio. Back to Paulo. Ibanez, yes. Finds Snoozer. So many options here. Oh, I can't seem to get the ball through. Too many options, you could say. We want a hat-trick, really, for Marlison. Eduardo flicks it up for Marlison. Can't get to it. This is poor. They're so bad, this team. Almost too bad. Almost difficult to play against. They're so bad. Snoozer now into Eduardo. Is there another goal in this for Marlison? He's made a good run here. Marlison for the Hattie. Oh, it sneaks in. Oh, Ziggy Stardust. And there's certainly some Stardust today. And that is not his first hat-trick for Ponte Preta this season. I don't know. But there we go. He's dependable. That's what we would say about him. Absolutely dependable striker. He's got a little bit of everything. He doesn't do anything perfectly. But he does everything pretty well. One thing he does particularly well, scoring goals. So, booyah. There we go. Once again, Eduardo with the assist. Good ball. Gets a nasty deflection there. But we've got it. So there we go. Is there time for a fourth? Marlison can play in. Alan Souza. Alan Souza now. I wanted to do something funny there. It didn't work. Oh, I shouldn't have done that to the snooze boy. That's unfortunate. I was going to see if I could roulette the keeper. We did it way too far out anyway. Should have really put that away for the fifth. But it doesn't matter. Ziggy gets the match ball today in what's been an excellent performance. Oh, I feel like I've let him down now. I feel like I've let Alan de Snoozer down. Couldn't be helped though. The opportunity was there. You don't get many one-on-one opportunities with the keeper. So we had to give it a go. Yeah, Rainbow Flick would have been nice, Matt. Maybe should have gone for that. Absolutely robbed him there. That's unfortunate. Well, that was about as dominant as we expected it would be. And Marilison with an 8.5. You don't see many of them. Don't get many of them to the Real. So what a performance that is. And that surely sees Marilison go top of the goal rankings. Although Brodge can't be far off. So I think we've now got 8 games left. So maybe 3 streams until we get into Serie A. Let's talk about Brodge maybe on the way out. Interesting. Let's just take a quick look at the goal rankings. Just out of interest. Yeah, Marilison with 17. Brodge with 11. Takuma Asano with 8. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. So thank you for joining me. If you haven't already dropped a like on this stream, then please do. I'm just trying to remember how old Marilison is. He's 22, so still only 67 rated though. It's going to feel crazy going into a top flight league with a 67 rated player. How is he developing? I mean, he's not even. How is he developing below his expected progress? He had a dramatic improvement. I don't understand what's happened there. But anyway, thanks for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. And join me again on Wednesday for some Jermaine Defoe action. I promise you it won't be as boring as it was. We're going to start getting to the point where every game counts. It does count now. We're just about holding off Celtic. So join me for that on Wednesday. Like this video if you haven't already. Apologies for those watching it back who have had to deal with quite a long stream today. But I've enjoyed the 3 games. And I'll see you in a bit.